The strengths and the flaws of your character are kept hidden from you on purpose. You don't get any guide telling you what you're naturally good at or where you might struggle. And the developers designed it this way. You have to dig, you have to work, you got to explore and understand who your character really is. And most players who play Earth spend their entire lives without ever fully knowing their character's true potential. And they get stuck playing Earth on the surface level, and they miss out on the depth that could change the way they experience the entire game.
Like, we come into the world and let's say we just accept that the world is like a game of Monopoly, and you don't change any of the rules, you just play and you try to win, and most people don't, right? Because it's rigged. All of it is rigged, right?
It's the object of the game to purchase the property and hope your opponent lands on the property that you own. Why?
That way they pay you rent. The more rent you get paid, the more money you make, the more properties you purchase.
And when your opponents have no money left and are completely in your debt, then and only then do you win the game.
You're telling me that the purpose of this game is to drive your fellow citizens into poverty so that you may get rich? It's diabolical.
The first step to the whole thing is to basically go back to sole purpose, because we've been schooled, propagandized, and manipulated in so many different ways that if we were to choose our game, so to speak, from where we're at, we might not choose something that's going to serve us. We might choose something that serves other people unknowingly because of subconscious elements and so on. And it's like, okay, well, how do you do that? And for that, I've actually developed a custom ChatGPT that puts together several different elements and can suggest to you some ways to basically reframe what you're doing to be something purposeful based on a lot of different factors. So you can check that out in the school group and have access to that and go for it. But if you didn't do that, you could still take the time to go into soul purpose by listening within and so on. But that's the first step.
All we've got are pieces. We can't seem to figure out what the puzzle is supposed to look like.
I'll keep you in the right direction if I can, but that's all. Just follow the money.
You have the great pattern break. That's breaking pattern from your normal life, your normal routines, so that you can see through to what you're actually doing. Because when you're within the thick of it, you can't always see the habits and routines that might be against who and what you really are at a deeper level. But when you step outside of your normal life far enough, you start to get to see truths a little bit more easily. One way of doing that is through an RV sabbatical, where you're able to basically remove yourself from all your normal life habits, routines, and otherwise. And it doesn't really matter how long you do it for. I mean, 3 months is pretty good. A year is even better. But even if you just did it for a month, it would really impact how you thought of life. So that's the great breaking of pattern. But you can do it in smaller ways. Then you have the great unlearning. And there you start to unlearn these things that you learn from school, from culture, and from government, and so on. And you start to realize that a lot of it isn't necessarily great for you.
The real enemy to all of us, these entrenched people that you have nothing in common with whatsoever, who decide the narratives, they bankroll politicians, and they write the rules, and you know that they win no matter who wins, right or left. You know that they're the ones getting the checks. They're laughing at how stupid we are.
So you've broken pattern, you have the great unlearning, and then you have the great remembering. This is the great awakening, the great remembering, where you remember who and what you really are. You realize the powers that you really have as a human being that you're not actually using. And from the great remembering comes the great building. And that's where you build your infinite game. So this is all kind of an exercise in the infinite game. And that's part of what the school group I've developed is for. For myself, my own sole purpose has to do with liberating myself and others along the way. And I believe it's done through creativity. I believe that creativity is actually one of the greatest gifts that God has given us. That it's through creative expression that we weave so many different parts of our spirit and self through us and to others. And it's been downplayed in so many different ways. It's through creativity that we reach our spirituality in full, because we're reaching to the spirit of that which made us, and in turn are making other things in the same vein. It's when we use that intention, that resonance frequency of God moving through us that we manifest so many amazing, amazing things. And it's that which I live for, that to get other people to do the same thing, to take their creativity and soar with it and be able to live, be paid to exchange their creative endeavors, to live their life to the fullest. In actuality, this whole world is as abundant as we need it to be, but it's been hijacked by a few. And our creative endeavors are ways of manifesting into the world a different resonance that takes all that, flips it on its head, so that we once again can basically manifest these lives that are full of amazing potential into actual lives of fullness and richness that's not hijacked by fear and money and manipulation and ongoing psyops that just never disappear. It's with that in mind that I definitely invite you to join this school group. A lot of the emphasis on the school group for me is creativity through video, because video is a visual medium. It's a mirror, a teacher, and a portal to a whole other aspect of yourself. You just have to use the camera in so many different ways than just sharing something. And it's through that that I'm developing school on a regular basis. It's part of my own infinite game. And it's through that that I'm pouring everything that I've got, because I believe that it can make a huge difference in so many people's lives. Not like, I don't know that I'll reach millions and millions, but the people that I do reach will be amazing. And to have my own life fulfilled in the same way, that's what I'm moving towards. And that's why I have the school group. So I invite you to join there. And let's begin creating these infinite games that are synergistically aligned together. And so that we create, once again, an abundance that's all here, but hidden and manipulated away from us. Now, once I publish the next video in the series, it's going to appear here. But if it doesn't appear here, subscribe so you don't miss it. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time.